All right, hi guys. I'm actually joining you today from my bed, which is kind of crazy, but it's very suiting for this guest that I had this week. So this week, I have Drew with Level Up Your Mattress, or mattress by appointment only. So the thing that's really cool about Drew is the fact that he does like mattress liquidation. So he has some really great mattresses at a really discounted rate, like super great deals, like $200, $300, $400, sometimes $500 less. And he has a really great selection. We had a great interview. He also is a local firefighter as well, so I thought that was pretty interesting. He kind of does both gigs. It kind of started out as a little bit of a side hustle, and now it's become quite a big thing. He does it all himself, and so like I said, I'm really excited for you guys to hear his story. He's lived in Ocala his whole life, which I think is super cool as well. So let's go check out the video. All right, Drew, so tell us about how you ended up going from being a firefighter full-time, right? Because you're a firefighter full-time?
I'm still a full-time firefighter.
Firefighter, okay. And ended up being here at a mattress store.
Well, I was on FMLA for my son. He's 2.5 years old. And I was stir crazy. I needed to make a little bit of extra income. And when you're on FMLA, you can't really work overtime or at the fire department. You're kind of home with your family the whole time. So I met a couple people that did this in other cities, kind of like the mattress wholesaling liquidation kind of store. I talked to them. They said, yeah, you can do it part-time. You can do it on your days off. You can do it at nights, weekends, whatever you need to do. Keep your overhead low, and you can sell really nice, fancy mattresses at a discount because you don't have employees, you don't have a fancy store. So when my FMLA ended, I dove right in and I started my first kind of mattress store, adventure.
Okay, so have you always been in this location?
Yep, been here since August of 2022.
Okay, that's awesome. Now, can I ask about like how the wholesale mattress thing like works? Can you tell me about that or no?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah?
So,
okay.
you have retail, think like, I don't know, Best Buy, go buy electronics there or whatever, but there's also websites and warehouses that will have the same stuff, but maybe they bought from the factory on liquidation, or they buy in bulk, or they, whatever reason, maybe a little cheaper, where you get the same product, just a little bit of a better deal. So, traditional retail stores tend to have fancy showrooms with lots of salesmen, beautiful decor, and, in really nice parts of town, so their overhead is really expensive. The way I operate, I keep all my expenses low. I'm not in a really fancy store. I have no employees. I have no fancy uniforms. I'm not in a suit and tie. But I can buy the same mattresses or similar from the same manufacturers, offer you the same warranty, but sell them at a much lower price because you're not paying for all the overhead as the big stores. So it's a kind of a win-win situation for me and the customer.
Okay, that's awesome. Can you share like what like kind of savings? Can you share that or no?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So a lot of my luxury mattresses are around 50% off or more than their traditional retail counterparts. Now, sometimes it can go as high as 80% if I'm liquidating, if I'm getting rid of a model that maybe I'm discontinuing, it could be up to 80%, but usually around half off or more. So, just to be kind of like vague, you can get, a $3,000 or $4,000 mattress at those traditional retail stores, and here you can get it for $1,500 or a lot less in some cases. I've had people tell me they saved thousands. I've had people tell me, oh my, I was about to buy the same mattress for $4,000. You saved me $3,000. So I save people money by saving money for myself. So my overhead's low. In turn, I pass that savings on to the customer.
Okay, that's awesome. So now, are like I guess like they are similar things with like appliances too. Like Appliance Direct is like a something similar,
right.
Correct?
Correct. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what Appliance Direct was. I've never been in one. Okay. I used to watch the commercials when you were younger, But there's ways to save money on whether it be mattresses, appliances, other furniture. You can get white label, private label. You can get scratch and dent, which that's not here. Everything's brand new in the plastic with 10 and 20-year warranties, by the way. But there are some places that offer maybe like a factory second or a reject on a brand name mattress, then that's how they sell it for cheap. My approach is a little different. My approach is just low overhead.
Gotcha.
So Appliance Direct, I'm assuming they're just a warehouse and not a fancy retail store.
Yeah, they kind of sell like scratch and dent.
Yeah, like that's not here, but there are people that do that. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just that's not my business model.
Yeah, no, I was just kind of like compared the models because they're kind of similar idea.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of warehouse stores, and it's just we all kind of do the same practice. It's just some people want to go to a fancy retail store and they want the white glove service and they want the pristine environment. Some people like coming here. I'm local. They're supporting local business and they're saving a bunch of money.
Yeah. Now, do you do delivery?
I do deliver. Yeah, I do everything myself.
Okay, so you do everything.
I have everything myself.
So
right?
you're driving that 22-year-old F-150?
Yeah, it's just 21 years, 2003. So yeah, 22 years old or something like that. F-150.
Yeah.
It still runs. It still has AC.
Hey.
So you'll see me around town with 5 mattresses stacked up in the bed, strapped down. So if you ever see a blue F-150 full of mattresses, that's me.
That's you. So I know you said like you sometimes get like different types of mattresses where like quality, right? Like lower, higher.
Yeah, so I have a handful of different like manufacturers I buy from. I have some really well-known manufacturers like some that are owned by Tempur Sealy, which everyone's heard of. I have some lesser-known brands that maybe you haven't heard of, but will come from the same factories as these better brands. So they have the same like insides and they offer the same warranty, but they're a lot less, a lot lower priced. So I try to keep everything in kind of categories: low end, middle of the road, and luxury. That way I have something for everybody, and everybody wins here. So if you really want just something to get you by, like a real cheap low end mattress, I have them. If you want something that's going to last you for 20 years and save a bunch of money, I have those too, and everywhere in between. I usually keep a spectrum of quality and prices.
Okay. Then that kind of leads me into my next question. What are some of your like top recommended mattresses that you think are, or maybe most popular? I don't know.
Right. My inventory does change quite a bit. My most popular mattress last month, I'm actually completely sold out of. So I would like to buy more, but it's kind of, you're waiting on the factories and the semi trucks and stuff like that. But my biggest seller wouldn't be a specific brand.
Okay.
It would be like a style, and it would be a hybrid with a cooling top. So I try to keep a lot of cooling mattresses in stock. They go really fast. So we're in Ocala. It's 100 degrees year round here. So a nice hybrid cooling mattress sells really well, and a lot of those mattresses will run you $2,000 to $3,000 online. I could sell them to you for a quarter of the price.
So what is that? What you said, a hybrid or what'd you say? What's that word?
A hybrid. So a hybrid. So you have like traditional, like inner spring mattresses, something that maybe your grandmother had for years. You have all memory foam mattresses with just basically like a block of foam, and then you have hybrid mattresses, which are a combination of like foams, independent coils, and other materials kind of sandwiched together. And all manufacturers make some sort of hybrid. They're usually a lot better, in my opinion, for longevity. They have a lot of good features. Most of them come rolled up in a box, so you can transport them all over, and they last a long time. And the ones with the cooling gel are really nice.
Okay, that's interesting. Why do you think people like them? Is it because of the cooling?
Yeah, I think they have a really good support system. So if you're looking for something for back pain or anything like that, because they have support in them because of the coils, and they're popular because it's really hot here, and their cooling gels keep you cool at night. Okay.
Now, do you think buying a mattress like that is actually worth it? Like buying a more expensive mattress, or like
100%. And I'm not just saying that because I own the store. The old saying, "You get what you pay for," is 100% true in the mattress world. I see it time and time again. People will go to, the big box stores. I don't want to say any names, and they'll just get something off the shelf just to get them by really cheap, and then they'll text me or call me and say, "Hey, it lasted 6 months," or "Hey, I bought a mattress from XYZ online and it lasted me 8 months or a year." I've been to some of these factories where these are made. I've seen them made. I only buy American made, and I only buy ones with really good quality, so you're going to get 10 or 20 years out of it.
Okay, so that's like what you can kind of expect for a mattress is 10 to 20, if it's a good quality mattress.
Here, yes. Okay. Yeah, and I'm not going to say that every single mattress is going to last you 20 years. It's, it all depends on how you care for it. Are you rotating it often? Do you have a mattress protector on it? Those things will increase the longevity, but the ones I carry do have a 10 or 20 year manufacturer's warranty. So if something were to go wrong, that's not your fault. The mattress collapsed on you. You can rest assured that I'll get it replaced.
Okay, could you, since you kind of mentioned it, could you give us like some tips on like how to keep the longevity of your mattress?
Sure. So you want to get a good mattress protector, okay? So back in the day, they were plasticky. They felt horrible. No one really likes them. Today's materials are really nice. It's a really breathable kind of soft sheet material. They're breathable, so they don't make you sweat. It doesn't feel plastic. They have mites and bed bug kind of protection. and they're fluid proof. So a lot of people lose a lot of weight in sweat overnight. Well, that sweat's got to go somewhere, and when it starts absorbing into your mattress, that will, it's disgusting, but that will cause your mattress to break down prematurely, and that's why you're not getting 10 or 20 years, because it's just a big sponge. It's a bacteria sponge. So if you keep it properly protected, you have it on a proper foundation, your box springs aren't broken, you didn't make something out of pallet wood or whatever, and you rotate your mattress often, that's how you get the longest life out of your mattress. So you could really do get the 10 or 20 years that you paid for.
Okay, that's awesome. Now, how often should you be rotating your mattress?
I would say nice, easy way to remember it is when you change the smoke detectors in your house twice a year, or when the times change. So fall back, spring ahead, you would just want to rotate your mattress kind of 180 degrees every 6 months or so. If you're on the bigger side, maybe a little bit more often to kind of increase the wear of your mattress, so you don't have one side leaning.
Okay, I think it's kind of funny that you talked about fire smoke detectors to sound like a good firefighter.
Yeah, well, I used to give the smoke detector kind of test, but now that everyone's getting the new age ones, they last 10 years or longer. No one's really changing their batteries these days, so now I'm like, okay, well, just change with the season.
Let's talk a little bit about that, you being a firefighter. So how long have you been a firefighter?
About 18 years now. I think I'm coming up on 19 at the beginning of 2025. It'll be 19 years.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
Do you, has it always been here in Ocala?
Yeah, Marion County Fire Rescue. Yep, I'm born and raised in Ocala, but I work for Marion County Fire Rescue, so I've been around a long time.
Yeah, so you've definitely seen the change of Ocala.
Yes,
for sure.
Yeah, I grew up here. A lot has changed. I know a lot of people watching this are just moving to Ocala. It's growing like crazy. It's a great place to raise kids. Lots of good changes and lots of stuff that I miss that isn't around anymore, but I've seen a lot.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of crazy. So I do want to ask too, since you've been here for so long, and I know you've been here for 2 years, correct? That's what you said.
Yeah, I'm in my
So going on your third.
Technically, yeah, 2.5-ish years.
So how's it been being a small business here in Marion County?
It's very it was challenging because I didn't have any business experience. I kind of just jumped in and just winged half the stuff. But it's been very rewarding now that I understand the needs of the community. So I'm able to help the person that maybe couldn't afford a mattress anywhere else. I'm able to get them into something decent. So it's challenging but rewarding at the same time.
Have you found that word of mouth has been a big thing for you?
Yeah, a lot of my customers are referrals from other customers. A lot of them come from friends and family at the fire department. A lot of them are friends and family of my own, people I went to high school with. People see me posting on Facebook. So I don't do very much paid advertising. I try to keep my overhead low. And most of my best customers come from a phone call. Hey, so-and-so bought from you, and they said you were great. I'm like, yeah, come on in. I got some left. Come pick it out.
Yeah, no, that's super awesome. Now, I did want to ask as well, since you've lived here your whole life, what do you think you would tell somebody if they're looking to move to Ocala?
If someone's looking to move to Ocala,
and you can be honest. If you want to say don't move here, that's okay
too. No, move here and buy a mattress for me. Yeah, that's what I want to tell them. But take some time to drive around. The city limits of Ocala is kind of small, but Marion County is still Ocala, and it's very big. Like you said, it's the second largest county in Florida. There's lots of people here, and there's lots of different areas. There's very rural areas, farms, and there's very congested areas. So take some time to explore Marion County, and don't just kind of look at Ocala city limits as the only part. And then, don't expect a million restaurants. We are getting more, which is great. It's growing, but don't come from Orlando or Miami and expect the same amount of restaurants. So, hopefully people come in here, see this, and they start a new restaurant, because we love local restaurants here.
No, I definitely agree. There's definitely a need for good local food. I feel like Ocala, I think at one time kind of had a little bit more of that, and then it's kind of dissipated off.
I think we still do, which there's still a lot of local places that I love. It's just the amount of people moving here is growing faster than the restaurants coming in. So there's a lot of congestion, and our favorite spots, my wife and I, our favorite spots are we used to go there and slip right in, and now it's like, we're waiting? What,
Yeah, no. So what are some of your favorite spots to eat here in Ocala?
All right, I'll give some shout outs. Best burger in town, Brooklyn's Backyard. St. Croix Burger, if you know, you know. Messa de Notte is wonderful. Italian. I grew up Italian, so it's very hard to impress me and my family with Italian food. It's really, really phenomenal.
How about like for some barbecue?
Mission Barbecues is pretty good. Quick and easy, you know, in and out. It's really good barbecue for Ocala. Low key underrated wings. Dugout Bar and Grill on Mary Camp. Get the
Okay.
MVP grilled with blue cheese. You won't be disappointed.
Okay, yeah, I always see that there because I live in Silver Spring Shores, and I'm always kind of like.
It's a hole in the wall.
It is.
They used to do all you can eat wings years ago. When I started the fire department, it was like a big thing. We would always go. It's, you know, off the beaten path. It's not really in the main part of town, but MVP grilled wings, a little sweet, a little savory, a little spicy with their homemade blue cheese is really good.
I know that that's there. I'll be honest, I have a lot of food allergies, so I can't eat at a lot of places. So that's why I like to ask people.
Yeah,
I'm like, I can eat at Mojo's because they actually have gluten-free fryers,
cool,
so
yeah.
I can get gluten-free wings. So if you're gluten-free and you're in Ocala, Mojo's is the place to go. It's like the only place that you can go with the wings, and then they can do the fries too, and also they can do the tortilla chips. So they have a separate fryer, I guess, for their fries,
Perfect.
and they
Yeah,
use
that's
that
good.
for that.
I didn't know they did that. That's awesome.
Yeah, no, it's super awesome. It's honestly, I get tired of not being able to eat out too much. To be
Perfect.
honest, it's
Yeah.
it's rough.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's not fun. But no, I'm glad that you gave some shout outs. I know Brooklyn's Backyard's been there quite a while now.
Yeah, their St. Croix burger is pretty phenomenal.
It's a kind of a cool location too.
It's good. It's that place has been around for that plaza's been around for a long time.
Yeah, it's been through a lot of different changes.
I think that store used to be, and I might be wrong. Maybe it was like the rag shop.
I think it is.
It was the rag shop. My mom used to take me there to get yarn and stuff to make crafts with years ago when I was a kid.
That's so funny. My mother-in-law used to work there.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
I kind of married Ocala. My wife is generationally from Ocala, like 1800s.
Right on.
Ocala, yeah. So they're Ocalian.
Yeah.
Actually, I will say my mother-in-law is actually kind of good with it.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, she's just, her name's Karen, so she really she likes to be social. She's proud of being a Karen. I love that woman, but she is who she is.
There you go. Yeah.
You're married, correct?
I'm married. Yes.
Yeah. So you got a wife and a kid, correct?
Yep. We have he's 2.5.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
coming on 3. He's a little boy named Leo. He's a psychopath, so you know,
He's a psychopath.
I love him, but you know, he's crazy. He's actually a really good kid. He's just getting to the age where he's want to climb and break and
Oh boy.
you know, explore the entire world, whether I like it or not.
So the last question I always end with is I always ask whoever I'm interviewing, if somebody's looking to do what you do, what would you tell them?
Like a mattress store.
Like a mattress store.
Don't do it. You'll be my competition. If somebody wants to start a small business, whether it be mattresses or not, and they want to do what I do, shoot first, aim later. Just jump in. You could research online. You can Google till you're blue in the face. You can talk to a million people. You're going to get analysis paralysis, and you're going to talk yourself out of doing anything. So just jump in, learn as you go. You could always make adjustments on the fly. You know, find a mentor, find somebody that's already doing something similar. Reach out to them, see if they'll help you or give you some advice. But just do it.
No, I think that's solid. I mean, I will agree. Like we were talking earlier. Sometimes you just gotta kind of jump into something and see what comes out of it. And
Absolutely,
if it's bad, you kind of make the turn and just keep kind of chugging along.
And don't look at failing or failure as like a negative, like, oh, I failed. Use it as a learning experience to just do something else or improve. So it's not negative. It's just a part of growing, you know.
Yeah, and I also wanted to kind of ask you like your opinion since you do. I mean, you're a firefighter full time, and then you do this as a side hustle. How is it like? What would you say like maybe some helpful things on work-life balance? Because I'm sure trying to do everything and juggle it all, especially with a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
And your wife kind of has I'm sure a hour heavy job too.
Yes, she's full time.
Yeah.
She works full time hours. We have a lot of help from our family. My mom and my dad help with my son a lot. I try to have a better work-life balance by limiting the hours that I work here at the mattress store. So I am by appointment only, so I don't sit here all day and wait for people to walk in. If you need a mattress, call or text me, and I'll meet you at a good time for both of us. Time that you're off, time that I'm free. That way I'm not taking too much time away from my family because the fire department kind of already takes some time away. So it's difficult, but at the same time it's rewarding because it's a good problem to have, to be busy, to be productive, you know.
No, I think I agree. I think I do the best when I'm most busy doing something.
Yeah, you feel like you have a purpose. You feel like you're being productive. So you know, sometimes I can get really overwhelmed, like, oh, I got so much stuff going on, but at the end of the day I get to take a breath and say, oh, you know, I did a lot today.
And it kind of comes and goes too, I think, in spurts. Like sometimes you'll be really, really busy, especially in sales, because I do sales, you do sales.
Yeah.
You know, all of a sudden you'll have like 20, like, you know, 15 people
Right.
or a bunch of people, and you're like, oh my God, I have all this going on. And then all of a sudden you'll have like nothing.
It's feast or famine.
Yes.
You know, it's like one day there's people that need 100 mattresses, and you're like, where did you come from? And then the next day there's nobody even knows what a mattress is. They don't even want to talk to you.
You know, literally, I sometimes, especially with like doing a lot of social media stuff, I have people that call me. I recently just closed one, and they were like, I've been watching your videos for the last 2 months, and we're coming in next week, and we want to buy a house in like 3 days. And I'm like, okay, I can definitely make that happen, and I did make it happen. But it was like, I was like, oh my God, I gotta put all this together.
Yeah, you gotta rush. Scramble,
yeah,
you know,
scramble, yeah, because they were coming from Naples, so it was definitely that was an intense ride too. But I don't think anything in sales ever goes. Maybe with mattresses, it's a little more stable. But I can tell you with real estate,
it's not really. There's no life or death situation in a mattress. Do you want something good to sleep on, or you don't? You know.
Yeah, I mean, there's really not too many hiccups with real estate. There's always nothing ever goes as smooth as I want it to.
Never, not with real estate. There's always something.
Because you were a mortgage broker for a little while.
Yeah, for a little bit. I still am. I don't really actively practice anymore, just because I don't have the time. I could give anybody advice if they're interested, but yeah, it's very, very hectic in the real estate world.
Well, is there anything else that you wanted to highlight, talk about before we wrap it up?
Yeah,
sure.
If anybody needs a mattress, you want a great mattress at a great price, please call or text me.
I'll put all your info
in
there.
Sure, put my info on the screen or whatever. I am by appointment only. I have no employees. I do everything myself, delivery, shipments, warranties, customer service. I do all my own social media, so please text me. I'll meet you here. You have the whole place to yourself. And I'll make the buying experience really pleasant.
Okay, that's super awesome. So definitely check out, what's the name? I want to make sure I do the
Mattress by Appointment Ocala.
Okay, Mattress
by Appointment. That's my store name, Mattress by Appointment Ocala. You guys can Google it. Hashtag level up your sleep. I'm the mattress guy, the mustache guy. If you look anywhere on Facebook or Google, I'm all over with reels and funny pictures and videos. You can look me up anywhere.
Okay, that's super awesome. So check him out. Like I said, the contact information will be in the description. If you have any questions for me or for Drew, just let me know and we'll get you guys connected. Thanks so much.
Thank you.